Hello there, my friends, and welcome to my channel. I'm Kate in a Nest, and I'm hoping that you've had a great day. Thank you for joining me whenever and wherever you are watching this. I've had another happy home day, which is my second in a row, and that feels like absolute luxury. So I don't know about you, but when I come home from being away, I just sort of have this big um, burst of energy. And so everything, even the mess in my house, looks interesting. And I have a desire to nest and to clean up. So far today, I've done my husband's ties, I've done the kitchen cabinet, a little bit of my desk where I normally film, and still lots to go. So I'm feeling good, but I came across something a little sad, and this is my memory keeper book, and I realized that I haven't been writing in it at night. Um, and that's a sign of how busy I've been. I think this is very important to keep um, records, and you may have seen this before, but it's basically a journal, and I have covered it with this textile cover. But at the time, I was so quick wanting to get into using it that I didn't finish it. So I'm going to revisit it with some treasures and some stories that I've gathered along the way. So if that's something that interests you, it was originally, and it still is, the Hobonichi Teco, is that what it's called? Yeah, the Cousin Teco 2026. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous book, and I photographed my work and put, a little bit of writing in it. So there's a sneak peek. But this cover, made with beautiful Angora wool blanket, has, been snuggling it. So that's what I felt like working on today. I've actually got a little bit of a list ready to work with. So I had already put the closure on, which is a beautiful shell from a very, very special, inspirational lady to me called Megan. But I haven't actually stitched down the back. I had this piece of toile. Is that what it was? Toile? I got that somewhere, but I can't remember. I've got a little bit. I use this fabric in Perth. They're little bits of stories that you will have seen me over the time. My favourite little girl's dress here, but I'm thinking now that I won't use that as a square. And we're just going to stitch some things extra onto it. I have came across, as I said, this treasure. I'd like to put that somewhere on it, and I've collected a few things. This might be too big. This is a butterfly, which is always my sign of both transformation and freedom. A little bit of Indian block textile. I've got a lonely little lotus flower. I came across this when I was cleaning, but I think I'll save it for a bigger piece. It's beautiful. I don't know where my camera is. Did I tell you I've moved everything around? But I think that's okay. I'm at 0.5. It should be okay. That's real. Suddenly thinking, what am I doing? It would look beautiful on this piece, but I'm going to save that. And a little bit of silk sari. And the other thing that I have here, and I used it, I've used it a lot, but I do like this. So this book for me is a tactile treasure, meaning that as each night, as I pick it up, I love the feel of it, and that entices me to, doesn't need to entice me, but it does. It makes me excited about writing. So it may be that I don't always see it open, but I feel it in my hands. I hope that makes sense. So what I'm doing is it's actually been really nice to just have time to breathe and potter. So I'm thinking I might join that velvet to that little person there over the little blingy bit, and maybe a little bit. So as I look at this, I haven't got a lot of pattern, so I'm thinking I might add a little bit of this as well. I've got a lot of plain things, and seeing this is the story of 2026, which has been filled with color and beautiful people. See, I could even grow that up under that flower. So it's the old thing of leaving the edges up. Sometimes looking from above, you can see the perspective. Like that in there. What does that? Or maybe this is just the wrong shape. How about we get rid of the curl of the shape and just put a little postage stamp on. I think that's better. So we'll put that under there. So we're going to stitch it down, and then we're going to do some, maybe we'll do that first. I want to outline this little person. What have I got to do that with? It could go, oh, that's right. And I had this as well. It's almost like that's a bit light in there. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of remodeling as we go. Just going to lift this crochet up. I'm going to put a bit of that under there, chenille. So do you cover books? This is a great way of doing it, I think, in that it comes on and off, and so it makes it easier to stitch. Now I said I was going to do the outline, but I think we'll start thicker. I've got that little bit. So it feels incredibly special to be able to be making a video 2 days in a row and feeling like I've got space to do that, both mentally and physically. Just pop her on there for the moment. Okay, or maybe over there. This one here. in and think. That's what we're calling this. Sometimes we don't want to think, and sometimes we do. So I have this beautiful thick perlé, few close needles, and let's get stitching. So I'm going to come up sort of underneath and pull the end of the thread through. There we are. Sort of secure it. I've been doing a fair amount of running stitch. I had a lovely evening working on I shared it yesterday, and then I couldn't stop working on it, my swan tote. And stay tuned, because what I found in my tidying up, I found the swan that I made last year to go on a quilt or something, but I think she might end up going on the swan tote. So I was going to say be prepared, but you don't need to prepare. Stay tuned is probably the word I'm looking for. Let's canter this down. Sorry about that noise. That's the shell dragging. So ironic, because I got in this mood of tidying things up, and I was, getting so much rubbish and sorting and recycling, and my husband said, "Oh, what a shame that the bins have just gone, because I think I've already filled them up again." Does that happen to you? You feel when you get in a cleansing mood or decluttering? That doesn't happen often with me, declutter, but let's put my shell on there, see if that can make it quieter for you. But anyway, yeah, just doesn't matter that the garbage is just gone. I'm in the mood and I need to just stay with it, because you watch, it will wear out pretty quick. So little, well, they're not little with me ever, but I'm just doing applique stitches. Good morning if you're just waking up with me. I know a number of you have been telling me that you're waking up a little bit too early, but that it's comforting to find me there. So if you're watching this early, I'm here with you. I want to get some more of this velvet when I go back. So versatile, so beautiful. So it's on my list. And I don't know whether I told you yesterday, but one of my sons arrived in Delhi last night. I was already absolutely thrilled to find how welcome he was made. He was travelling by himself, but he's with his girlfriend now, who's been over there for a while. And he said, "Oh, Mum, people talked to me and helped me when I was transiting between the international airport and the domestic." And isn't that, it's just a beautiful thing. This was all by message or Facebook message or whatever that's called, Messenger. But I could hear how it's natural to feel a bit nervous, isn't it? But he felt so excited and so grateful to be treated kindly. All right, so I've sort of been chatting and not really caring where I've gone, but basically I started there and I've gone all the way around those flowers, and now because I still have thread, we're going to just stitch this down a little bit more. I love the frill, but that was a little bit too loose. So I'll just we're adding interest as well as texture as we layer. Now I just I'm just doing stitches along this little piece, which is a mini make. Here we are. Now you won't like this, but don't look, because I'll make sure I put that little flower over the top of that. Okay, pull that pin out and let's find, pin doesn't want to go in the pin thing. All right, so we've got this little person here. Maybe we might be bold into some red, if I could find it. Yep. I'm just going to swap needles. I wasn't loving that one. Actually putting some of my little adornments back on, which feels nice after not wearing them for a few days. Okay, so I'm just going to not do everywhere. What am I trying to do there? Cover up that little end. Just going to do some stem stitch. See how we go. along this line. So far so good. Just only getting nervous about his face. So for the moment I might chicken out, go under, and come out this side. There we go. And in a way, letting the arms connect to this flower up here that we just put on the velvet one. There we are. So we've got the arms raised up, or they're really the wings. And what I'm going to do now is continue that line up into this flower. Can you see it or not? No, actually, no, that's a learning for me. The thread is, oh, there it is, has nearly disappeared. So, because we're here, let's make a little feature of this green. Center. Come back and do another colour over the top as well, but sort of colouring it in. That's enough of that colour. I've got a bit of chenille, and then I wanted to put that flower or butterfly on the front, didn't I? As I've been stitching, I've been thinking, and I'm thinking that I'd like to fit that butterfly on. So this is off that beautiful silk. Actually, it's appropriate, I just realised, because this is gifted. In fact, this piece, gifted by Megan, was wrapped in this shell. Make a decision on what's going to be the front. I need to come in a little bit closer. ones. I think something like that. Okay, this bit's going to be fun. What are we going to use? Got a little nest here just to show you. This is a different construction method to how I usually use it. Oh, look, that's a twin. Got some of this beautiful colour stream ribbon. I won't do that now, but I could get the same effect with my own wool, so let's do that. So again, I'm just going to come up underneath. I've gone back to this silly needle. I should not have done that. Put it in a different place. I even found my needle threader today. Not that it's close. Can't tell you how sweet this feels under my hands, just soft and puffy. So I'll be writing this, and I need to tonight, and I need to backdate a lot of my stories from my workshops. I think I'm up to date until the beginning of March, so that's not too far. I've got Wellington is in there, and I've got this little printer. I think I've showed it to you before, where I print out a photo, and even if I can't remember much about the day in retrospect, I can, have the picture and then just do 3 dot points alongside my diary. So yeah, butterfly, flower. Should the flower, I think the butterfly needs to go over the top of the flower, don't you think? Doesn't, personal choice. And it's going puffy, like it's got stuffing in behind it, which is even better. Do you ever play this time last week, or this time last month, or this time last year? It's one of my favourite games with my family. They're quite used to it. So I just in my mind then was saying, What was I doing this time last week? And I was having a beautiful drink on the porch with Jackie and Michelle and Christy, overlooking the water at Cottesloe Beach. So what a gift and a blessing that was. After day 2 of the 3-day. Oh, look at that wing. I hope you can see. She's gone all beautiful and puffy. There we are. I'm going to go down the other side, like going down the hill. Saying hello to that little flower applique. I haven't sneezed as much this afternoon from the hay fever. But I said that because I could feel the first one coming. I kept the window a little bit more closed before. So here we are, we're nearly round our butterfly. The stitches are getting bigger because I like seeing them and it feels so yummy. Oh no, let's a few more. Oh, I meant to go down, so I was going to do a few more ruchy stitches there, but I couldn't. All right, so we've got 2 things left to do, I feel, before we can dress my journal again. And that is, I need to actually do another stitch in there because she's gone a little wonky in her puffiness, but I can stabilize that. And 2 things are, we want to put this on and then the dingle dangle. I want a different colour. Maybe something that we haven't used much. A bit of sunshine, which I think is the name of this wool I made. Oh. I mean, thank you for hanging around. I'm having, actually, I realised I needed to do this, just to sit down and stitch. So calming. Whereas Bridgerton just jumped into my into my mind there, like, and I know some people are using it like, oh, gentle stitcher, because that's what the stitching does. I'm looking up there and I think I need to do some more of that red, don't I? But anyway, for now it's okay. We're going to go a big overcast on this side to get the chenille down and just to make a nice different texture. That's way too neat for me. I'm sorry about all this dingle dangle sounds. I had that lovely little corner there before. I might honour that and not cover it up. And by snipping here, I'm just making another little scrap for another time. So yeah, and see, I didn't realise that I'd done that in yellow. Different yellow though. So my encouragement is, if you haven't tried making a soft squishy fabric textile book cover of your own, give it a go. So I'm just adding more stitching to this corner. A bit of a tail there. And then across here. And then join that. Oh, look at that. They're butterflies on that fabric. Oh, I'd forgotten that. They're so tiny, and you'll be seeing, can you see that? There we are. Okay, now let's dress her and then see where the dingle dangle can go. Like that. I've got that there because that's that I embroidered that, do you remember? And I didn't have glue when I first put it in there. All right, so there she is. Beautiful vintage lace there, butterfly in the garden. Still need to do more there, but we've added this. We've got some texture, that's beautiful. I will definitely put that there. And dingle dangle. Maybe, yeah, maybe on the spine. I was hoping I had enough. Oh, no, it's on a long needle. Let's try. Here we are. There we are. She can sway and dingle and dangle. And we're going to wrap her up. Which way do I wrap? Oop. I go around that way, yeah. And then something's happened actually. It used to be doubled. So you probably saw that happen and I didn't. But it doesn't matter. There we are. That's an update on my textile book, complete with butterfly and bits. Thank you so much for watching. I hope there's been something there that you've enjoyed, and I'll be back again soon, another day. Please take care.